Alright, we're back. Thank you, Clem. So we're mixing things up, jumping back into the backlog. With the Evil Within. This is a game I was pretty interested in. I didn't end up picking it up until I got a PS4. I got a couple of games for my PS4 when I bought it. I got Arkham Knight. I think I got something else. And I got this. It was cheap, it was like a £5. And I was like, great, I can finally get into it and play it. I have never been further than, like, the second chapter. I didn't enjoy it, and this game has a mixed reputation. It was supposed to be a big return to mainstream horror, to horror games in the mainstream, directed by Shinji Mikami. The big thing he directed after leaving Platinum. Who, of course, you know, known for games like the original Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 4, and then also non-horror games like God Hand and Vanquish. And then it comes back to horror with this. And I didn't enjoy it. So we're going to jump in and we're going to take another go, and hopefully my opinion will change. There-ish then. So you'll be going into this the same way I did then, Clem. Lowering the difficulty during gameplay will restart the chapter. That sounds kind of meh. For the weak and fearful, this isn't Wolfenstein. Auto-aiming enabled by default and slightly more ammo than normal. Let's start on standard. You may have noticed there's a lot of letterboxing in here. Yeah, he sounds insulting, not in the same way that Wolfenstein or Classic Doom did. Because Wolfenstein and Classic Doom were always deliberately overly macho and it was part of a joke. This doesn't seem that way.
All units, 1199, expedite.
Okay, so I can pause it during cutscenes. I can't go into options to put subtitles on.
Cover code 3, Deacon Mental Hospital.
184 copy, code 3, ETA 3 minutes.
Copy 184.
Sorry, detectives. I know you're just coming off a case, but I'm afraid we're gonna have to make a detour.
Sounds serious. Is it a riot?
A call went out just before I picked you up. Said it was multiple homicides. Half a dozen units already on scene.
131, please advise.
Hey, maybe it's the ghost of that doctor who went schizo and chopped up all those patients.
That's not what happened. Some patients disappeared. Some kind of scandal?
Still, gives you the creeps, doesn't it?
127, 124, please respond.
Joseph, you think there's a connection?
It's a possibility. I believe the records
Why am I
were
getting
sealed.
Deadly Premonition vibes from this?
Anyone on scene, respond.
Dispatch, this is Detective Castellanos in 184. What's the situation? Over.
184, be advised. Some problem reaching mountains on the Deacon Memorial.
Is there any...
God damn it! Jesus!
Why do the male characters look like their models have actually had work put into them, and then the woman is sat there looking like a porcelain doll?
Junior Detective Kidman. Any thoughts?
Did that just pop in?
I'm sure we'll know everything once we get there.
You know, I really am getting more Deadly Premonition vibes from this than Resident
What do
Evil.
you make of it?
Connolly, contact dispatch and let them know what's happening. Joseph, Kidman, you're with me. We're gonna have a look around.
Right.
Okay, so if you've never taken a proper look at the Evil Within, there is an important thing to note. Yeah, show subtitles, jeez. The game originally had to be played entirely like this. This was a design decision. The game was entirely in letterbox. It was later added in a patch because so many people complained that you could just do this. Turn the grain down because I'm not into that. Like, if you go back to reviews from the time, like the Zero Punctuation review makes fun of the idea that the game is scary by hiding like a third of its screen space. Beyond that, there's not actually that much I'm aware of with this game.
What do you see, Kidman?
Rain is gonna wash
This
away
doesn't
any
look like a
evidence.
mental hospital in the US. Does the US even have buildings like this anywhere? This looks more like a castle. Which I could understand in Europe, something retrofitted. If this was a church, maybe? This is crazy. Yeah, let's go. What is this running? It's like, okay, push the analog stick part way. A little bit more. And then all the way. Like when you see people who are making the movements of jogging, but aren't actually moving any faster than if they were walking.
Smells like blood.
You smell
Alright.
like blood.
Stay sharp.
You gotta love the
We're gonna
subtitle
check it out.
thing.
Don't let anyone else through this door.
I can be an extra set of eyes.
We don't know what's happening here.
Got
You're
it.
a backup.
Like, look, gotta love the whole subtitle thing of we're gonna cover up the bottom section of the screen again. And the question is, are any of these guys called Chris?
Did you hear something?
It's like, get a close look at the subtitle mesh though, and it's slightly transparent. And it begs the question of what's the point? Also, I was holding up all the way there, and then I was allowed to start doing this. What you got for me?
Are you injured? What happened here?
Can't be real.
Okay.
Impossible. Ruvik is...
I've got him. The security cameras might tell us something.
Okay, so I have played to, like, the second chapter or so of this game before I just stopped. But with the way this opens, like, how big this place is, you might think we'd be in for a modern Resident Evil 1 of sorts. Oh, hey, look, it's that scene from RE2, mate, but there's 3 guys instead of 1.
What the hell?
Okay. Hey, it's the main villain from Blade 2. What a bad look. So, this may be something that changes later, but the opening, like, might be something that changes with hindsight. But the opening of this game doesn't make any sense. It feels less like a cohesive narrative, and more like a sequence of ideas loosely strung together. Wow, with how that knife is shining like that and doesn't look like it's properly placed into the model, I wonder if I have to grab it. That's right, Nomak, played by Luke Goss. I've seen a bunch of stuff with Luke Goss, and he's not a bad actor. Oh, it was nice how it made me just wait there. Yeah, we're not using the Force today. You know, I'm glad we lost the trench coat because it looked stupid. Alright, so let's go stealth kill this guy. Not stealth kiss, that's the opening for Shadow of Mordor. Or not. Oh, a key ring. I hope we can put all our keys on there so they don't take up inventory space. That's the door, though. Yeah, that was a body. Is this the door we're after? Seems like it. I feel like that's something I might have heard once, but it is not information I've actually retained. So yeah, contrary to what you would have thought when you saw this game and bought this game, there's stealth in here for some reason.
Shit.
Not just Resident Evil that likes to reuse the chainsaw bit. Didn't realise I was playing the Saw game. Well, to be fair, Resident Evil 4 didn't have a stealth section. I feel like it's always a bad idea to open your game with a stealth section. Might as well be Rupture Farms, actually. There's a fair point, Bane. So, with how the game started to where we are now, it's been 15 minutes since we started the stream. I feel like something was skipped over. Like, as if somebody wrote a story and then the editor decided to just remove, say, like 20-25 pages of the script. But if I do that, I'll get the bad ending, Bane. Gotta save them all. Okay, so stealth section, and then character who is injured affecting movement. This game sure knows how to drag you in. I hope this game changes my opinion, and that we actually do decide to do more than one session of this.
Where's the exit?
Beside the locked gate at the far end of the sewer there is a ladder which will take you to the old ward, and if you could make it through there you'd find an elevator leading outside. You would be the one who escaped, you might be the one who survived. Like, there's a reason I stopped playing this. Oh, you mean the noir one? Hmm. It's like I've been meaning to go through this game for a while, and I tried when I got my PS4. I didn't make it very far before I just stopped. And then I tried again, like months later, and I got further, but then just stopped again. Alright, where are we? So far it doesn't feel like anything makes sense. 1300, STEM system operation begins. 1315, success, confirmation of brainwave synchronization, loss is minimal. Continuing experiment, agent collects the data. 1330, anomaly occurs. Not with the subject, the sonographer claimed they weren't feeling well and then fell into a coma for reasons unknown. Doctor orders the STEM system terminated. 1345, staff begin complaining of nausea and falling unconscious one after another. Those who can still move plan their escape from the hospital, but for unknown reasons are unable to. Though the STEM system should have been deactivated, subjects maintained brainwave synchronization with the hosts. 1400. That man appeared. Okay. Oh boy. Well, we'll get to the points where I quit. Because the points I quit at, there are two specific points. And they're not that far into the game, less than 2 hours. And I feel like it'd be better to show the reason I quit it the first time. The second time, I got past the point I quit it the first time, but then just didn't have any interest. And I've been meaning to go back and actually complete it for years. And like the Blind RE3 stream put me in a really good mood for a blind playthrough again. Yeah, we'll be here when you get back, Bane.
Can't let him see me.
Yeah, he's going out. Yeah, I think he's coming back in. Yep. And again, it's worth noting that before the game was patched...
Shit.
That's instant death, isn't it? It probably is. Stealth scenarios with an instant failure condition. That's a bad sign. Like, yeah, before this game was patched, you had to do all of this with the letterboxing. And it makes me think back to when I did Resident Evil 4 on GameCube for the first time last year for the Let's Play channel, and RE4 on GameCube has letterboxing for some reason. And it's like, is that just what Shinji Mikami is into? Okay, come on. It's like, I first played the PS2 version of RE4, and I don't think that had the letterboxing. I think it was just your full 4:3 screen. Okay. Yeah, it's a bad idea for any game to open with a bad stealth section before they've gotten you invested. And when the game, as it stands, has done nothing to get you invested. Let's get moving. That way? Yeah, that way. Alright, let's go. Yeah, the door's shut, we might be safe. Elevator. Oh boy! Yeah, it needs something. The cutscenes are all going to be letterboxed. Okay, maybe now we're going to get an explanation for what's going on. Yeah, I'm spitting up blood. Let me just get a cigarette.
Find myself within.
Posted on what, Ben?
Twisting me around. There is nothing I can do.
I have the Evil Within 2 as well. Because it was so cheap.
It just turns itself around.
Ikumi Nakamura, I believe, is the... She was the person who appeared on stage, I think, at E3 last year, who was very excitable and everybody loved. And the most recent thing we saw of her is she left Tango Gameworks and had a tweet, did a tweet of a picture of herself with Kamiya, and they were talking about an Okami sequel because both Kamiya directed it and Ikumi Nakamura, I believe, is the art director or something. Okay, so my leg is just suddenly fine now. Okay, I still don't actually get it. Yeah, now we're fine. And from what I can see, the hole that was in my pants where I was cut is gone. Okay. Okay. What happened to half the ground?
Get in, get in!
Why are you in an ambulance now? Oh, fair enough. Boy, it's a good thing I'm not still injured from being chainsawed in the leg. Yeah, it turns out we're not in the hospital.
Hey, where's Joseph? Man, I'm sorry, but you never came out. I'd waited, but...
So we've lost one character and found two more?
Settle down, Leslie. Settle down, Leslie.
The game needs to explain itself.
Shit! There's no going back.
That would be appreciated. Why is the whole city abandoned? Also, stuff keeps popping in, and it's very distracting. Okay.
Shit.
Didn't realise we were in Inception. If your popping is this bad, maybe you should have pre-rendered these cutscenes. Although with them being specifically letterboxed anyway, I wonder if they are already pre-rendered. And they're pre-rendered with the popping. Like, look at that!
Damn it. Are we cut off from everyone?
Well, no, we didn't pick anybody up, so we're still on level 1.
Everyone all right back there?
Just a few bumps. We're fine.
Fine. Fine. Fine.
We will be once we're far away.
Fine.
A little further and we'll be fine.
Like, seriously, every time the camera shifts,
Fine. Fine.
something pops in, and that's really bad.
Fine. Fine.
Fall! Fall!
Okay, now he's dead, what? Oh, he's not dead, something's happened to him.
Fall! Fall!
There hasn't been anybody to run over, that's like one of the weird things. Everybody's just gone. Alright, save the game. Oh, I got to chapter 3 and that's where I ended. An hour in. Jeez. This game really hasn't made a good first impression. Oh, this gives me Alone in the Dark flashbacks. Swear to God, if this is going to be some Jacob's Ladder shit, I'm going to be very disappointed. This doesn't look like a hospital. Oh hey, I must be on that table from Metal Gear Solid. Excuse me. Still tied down. Oh god, no, not Salazar's. Not Sadler's wang penis. Demon wang penis. And we're just in a new environment. And it's black and white. Bodies found in Lakeside Town. Cause of death remains a mystery. More than a dozen mutilated bodies found in the village of Elk River. Several residents remain unaccounted for. I take that, whatever that is.
Hello? Anybody there?
Yeah, there are spiders on the wall. A visual effects is bothering me.
Are we awake?
No, I'm still on the bed asleep.
Is everyone else all right? The city.
Whatever are you talking about? You are the only soul here. Right now.
Does that include you?
A hospital.
This place is necessary for you. You're always welcome here.
I've been hospitalized.
Oh, that's
I'm
nice.
afraid I cannot answer that. Please, sign in here. Without signing in, there is no way to ensure your future memory.
Okay.
This way, please.
Could somebody please explain something? Well, at least they've stopped doing that weird fade effect. It was really starting to hurt my eyes.
You are all right. Please, relax.
I'm alright, why am I in a hospital?
Please, have a seat.
What the hell?
You mustn't fight it. This is for your own good.
No. Stop.
So the game reveals that it has an upgrade path, a skill tree. Which, boy, I just love when it appears outside of
You
RPGs.
see? All better.
Lady, am I going crazy?
Why did the sound quality just change?
Now what makes you say that? I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
What the hell is going on? Where am I?
What is that? Moderate health restoration. A double syringe.
Where are you?
I guess I'm supposed to use it.
Connolly!
Alright, guess we're off. at the max running speed. Okay. A horse? I think so. Hey, Professor. How you doing, buddy? Alan Wake's a game I need to get to. Hey, Teague. How you doing, buddy? Love that letterboxing. Hey, it's the cop that was with us. Why do I need a lantern in this well-lit forest? Okay, he's clearly eating someone. That's good. It's good, Teak. It means you can sit in front of your computer for a few hours being very content because you have a full stomach. Pizza. Oh wow, I wonder where that's come from. Okay, you know what the thing was with the Ganados? They'd slow down when they approached you.
God, Connolly.
So, what happened to him and why did it happen to me when I was sat right next to him? Yeah, I've heard the story for this game is actually really stupid. And now I got 2 bullets. Well, I guess we're going to continue. Where'd my lantern go? Where did my lantern go? It just disappeared. Oh, there we go. And I can't pick it up again. Okay, never mind. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Oh, I'm just... Oh, it's on my butt. Okay. Take that. But yeah, this is a blind playthrough. I haven't actually beaten this game before. Oh, hey, you're the albino.
Whoa. Were you warning me about this? You are Leslie, right? I'm a police officer. Maybe I should help you.
Should help you.
Shit. How am I gonna get you to a hospital?
Hospital. 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 Hospital!
What
I
the
get a feel I'm
fuck?
not going to like that character. Okay. Is this going to turn out to be the end, like the end of that one movie? Where the guy you thought was mentally disabled actually was the true culprit? Yeah, it looks something alright. Why is it like 20 minutes ago we were escaping from the basement of a hospital, being chased by a guy with a chainsaw? Oh boy. My favourite mechanic from Resident Evil. Yeah, Doofy in Scary Movie, that's exactly it, man. Okay, the body just disappeared. That is actually pretty bad. Is it possible that this game is barely held together and is very poorly designed? Would Shinji Mikami put his name on a poorly designed game? Okay. It seems like that's what it's trying to be, but with Resident Evil 1 elements thrown in. What's this? A book. Journal of Me, apparently. Finally got my gold badge. Detective Sebastian Castellanos. I like the sound of that. Seems like a long time coming, but they say I'm one of the fastest to ever rise through the ranks. Can't wait to get started. I know that I can do more good as a detective than I ever could as a beat cop. Plus, I don't have to wear that damn uniform anymore. The pay bump doesn't hurt either. KCPD needs all the help they can get. There's a seemingly disproportionate amount of crime in these days. Crimson City is my home and it's my job to protect it. I didn't realise we were in Mortal Kombat.
Shit.
This game needs to do something about its visual effects because they're really not pleasant on the eyes.
Again. I must be losing it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like when this game was coming out. Like Resident Evil 4. I was like, oh yeah, no, it's directed by Mikami and it looks like he's doing more Resident Evil 4. And then it comes out and I finally played it
I don't know
and
if that was a bad dream, or this is.
it's not.
Whatever is the matter?
Hello, nurse who may or may not be real. You're not even looking at anything. Abilities, stock and weapons. That doesn't inspire confidence. 2,000 upgrade points? Jeez. This doesn't seem balanced. Guess I'll upgrade match capacity. You know, for how much of Resident Evil 4 is a meticulously crafted game, this doesn't feel that way. And like, you always assume that Resident Evil 4 was meticulously crafted because of Shinji Mikami's direction. Because Separate Ways doesn't feel like that. And Mikami had nothing to do with Separate Ways. But then this feels kinda different. Is it? I'm hoping it'll start explaining something, or if there'll be a story at some point. Because so far it's just been a series of events with nothing else. No context, no character, nothing. I got 2 bullets. What are you looking at? Okay, stealth kill. Don't like the sounds of that. Excuse me. I'm going to assume you were a bad guy. Oh, I hope so. The frame rate feels kind of inconsistent. Are you guys noticing that? Oh hey, a lighthouse. This seems like a box to hide behind. Excuse me, sir. Are you okay? Have you seen this girl?
Hey, are you guys from around here? I don't know where...
Can't go on.
Yeah, I won't disagree with you. We talked specifically about the original Silent Hill. It is confusing, but we start with a point. Find our daughter, and then weird things happen. But then we get back to try to find our daughter. And yeah, weird things are going on around us, but we're still focused on the idea of finding our daughter. What about the other one? Over there. Oh, shit. You know, melee feels kind of worthless. Oh, there's more bullets. Okay, he's coming back this way. Yeah, Silent Hill... God damn it. Shit. Oh, wonderful. Amazing how the body clips into the floor. Yeah, Silent Hill had a story focus from the start that helped you get invested. Trying to find our daughter, and there's weird events going on, but we're focused on finding the daughter. This has just been a case of, okay, we're responding to a call for backup, and then nothing has made sense. Like, that's it. We got to the place where they called for backup. And then that was the end of our agency in the story, and now things are just happening, and we have no idea why. Come on, turn around. Turn around, Bright Eyes. Fuck off. Oh boy, combat feels fun. And dinner sounds nice. Basically, we're in the middle of nowhere, and nothing has made sense. I honestly could not tell you how we got here. Wow, that pathfinding. You know, an actual run function would be nice.
Out of ammo?
I want to be able to do something to this guy so I can explore. Oh, he had 2 bullets. Okay. Well, the second shot seemed way less effective. It's okay, I'm not here to complain, but so far there's been a lot to complain about and not much to actually praise the game for. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's praise. Maybe this game does get good, but it does not open well. No. Not yet. Like, the furthest I got was a little further than this. It's the end of this chapter. Okay, so this seems like... Oh, fucking hell, that was close. This seems like a Silent Hill style mechanic of... with the lantern on, I'm guessing that I am easier to see. Why did they put a lighthouse on the lake? Has it always been there? That circling light passes over me, passes through me. I feel like it takes something away each time. I can't remember what it was, though. Maybe don't look at it for too long, because that looked like blurry textures. You didn't see shit. You didn't see me coming here. God damn it. Kick him! You had the high ground. Seriously, you were in a good position there to just kick him in the chest and knock him down. Alright, let's just go. I could probably do with health. Down by the pier. Anything over here? Down by the pier.
I feel like I'm being pulled just looking at it.
I feel like I'm looking at a really bad low-resolution texture. Ah, shit. Damn it. I was hoping this would be one of those games where you can do the stealth kill as long as you're just behind somebody. Hopefully he'll lose me in the darkness. It's probably worth knowing that this was one of those cross-platform games early in the PS4 generation. I think it was originally intended with the PS3 and 360 in mind. Okay, so somebody's got a torch. The camera's kind of low. I would appreciate it being a little higher so I could see something. Seriously. What's the point of this grass if it isn't going to hide me at all? Okay, that's a trap. That was a trap. Don't mind me. That made me feel better. Out the window, out the wall. Ten out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. Whether this game gets good or not, I don't know, but it does not open with a good impression. Oh, it's looking at me. I don't know yet, Bane. It depends on how I feel when we call it quits for the night. I'll stab you in the head. I assume you're a bad guy. So, my assumption with the lighting bodies on fire was that they were copying the Crimson Head mechanic from Remake. But is it a case of lighting bodies on fire is actually a distraction? Is that what you're saying, Professor? I feel like there's going to be something I want in there. But I don't think that's actually the path. I think the path is over there. On. Don't turn. You dick. Master combat. Oh, they might burn if they're at the body, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of getting The Last of Us flashbacks where your attacks don't matter a lot of the time. There's definitely a problem I had with The Last of Us, how you could be beating a clicker into submission, and all of a sudden the game decides, no, it's going to ignore your attack, bite you, and now you're dead. The pop-in on this game is terrible. I'll have to keep that in mind then, Professor. Try and lure somebody to a body and set the body on fire. Fuck off. There was a trap in there. Bed, boarded up windows, we're past the trap, okay. Did that dick run into the trap? I think he did, yeah. You know, if you forgot about stealth kills, that doesn't really bode well. It suggests that they were not something you were... It suggests there's something you're not going to do for that long. Which begs the question, what's the point? That guy coming at me? I don't think so. Yeah, we stabbed this guy in the head. Where did my bottle go? That doesn't feel clunky. I said earlier, like, I've got the second game because I got it really cheap. Okay, so I have a torch here, but to set this body on fire, I have to use a match. But whether or not I'm actually going to end up going through the second game is going to be largely dependent on how this stream goes. Okay. Oh, bullets. Jar of goo. A book that I can't pick up, it's not a file. A body. Oh, you can, but that wastes the torch. Good to know. Well, that's good to know, at least. Hopefully the movement's better in 2 as well. Enjoying the stream? Why? I'm not. Okay, I need that guy dead. There's 2 of them. Great. Let's try going this way. Oh, a bottle. That's a fire. Here's someone. Bear traps, wonderful. Zombies are weak to the butt. Go on. Okay. Okay, another trap. So far, this really does just feel like Resident Evil 4, but worse. Yeah, there's always something about stabbing somebody in games. Far Cry 3 was probably my favourite for that. A lot of your stealth kills from behind would be like a giant knife through the chest. Ah, fucking wonderful. Is this even going to be possible? Nope. Okay, I'm at the point where I'm considering saying fuck this game. seriously, this is the checkpoint? We start chapter. Yeah. Like, this game just has so many bad ideas with this. It's a bad stealth system with bad checkpointing. With what may as well be instant fail conditions. God damn it. Come on. Come on. You fucking dick. Come on. You know, I feel kind of like I do in Hotline Miami, where I spend a bunch of time planning my route through, working very carefully so as not to attract more than one person at a time, taking everybody out quickly and efficiently, and then dying, and then I go at the level again and just murder everybody with no caution at all, and it works way better.
Thanks, Ryan. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, wonderful. It's nice that the character saw that, but the game didn't actually show me. These guys run faster than I can.
Shit. Better get out of here.
Frame rate's going again.
God damn it.
When I say that, I don't mean the stream frame rate, I mean the game's frame rate is chugging. During cutscenes. Where did you get that bullet from? This really does come across as Resident Evil 4. Okay, so this is the point I got up to. I finished this chapter and then stopped. So from this point on, we're seeing stuff that I haven't seen before. A cutscene without being in Letterboxd? Weird. I don't know if I feel so hooray about it, Clem. Dodgy physics objects. So why does it feel like we just escaped the Ganados to go into the castle? Okay, so give me some matches there specifically so I can burn through here. Sherlock Holmes. It's what it seems like. I'd rather not be making RE4 comparisons, but the game's basically doing it.
Shit.
If I could turn back time. A merchant would be appreciated. And, you know, I guess I get what you're saying there, Professor. I mean, Bane commented earlier, I don't know if you saw, that this does look very much like the Noir costume in RE2 make. I could do with more healing items. You know, I was deciding when we ended Persona 3 tonight, I was deciding, do I want to do Spider-Man for PS4? And I chose this instead. Yeah, give me the hatchet. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel that way, Bane. Okay, so you've got the wire traps like RE4. No, we didn't finish Persona 3. We just took a break from it for the night. It's like, okay, so you got the wire traps like Resident Evil 4. Why does it feel... Okay. So you've got the wire traps like RE4. Why does it feel less precise to not walk into them?
Who's there?
No, don't shoot. I'm not.
Oh, it's the paramedic.
I'm a doctor. Marcelo Jimenez.
You were in the ambulance before it crashed, right?
Yes, we're lucky to be alive.
Have you seen anyone else?
My patient Leslie. I saw him running up ahead, but...
But?
Come this way. Quietly, mind you.
Well, at least something is actually happening. What is it?
Have a look for yourself. Those things chased me all the way into the village.
Me too.
Am I going to see a cop on top of a stake?
Leslie went through that gate. Good Lord.
There are too many to shoot our way through.
One of us could try to lure them away while the other gets the gate open.
Alright.
You're the one with the gun.
If you say so.
Is this just what characters are going to do? Are they going to disappear when a cutscene's done? I really doubt Ari.
Damnable thing. There is a crank on the terrace. You'll need to operate it if I'm to pass through.
I really doubt RE4 remake is actually a thing. I honestly cannot see a real reason. Yeah, I was actually really surprised about that. I'd never seen that before.
Hey, over here! That's right, this way!
Like, there's really no reason to
That
remake
old guy's
Resident Evil
gonna get
4.
himself killed.
And, like, rather than a remake of Resident Evil 4, I'd be way more into if Capcom put the original trilogy on modern systems. It's like, okay, cool, you've got the remake. You've got RE1. RE1 remake, you've got RE2 remake, RE3 remake. Why did that hurt me and not that guy? You got RE1 remake, RE2 remake, RE3 remake, all playable on the current generation. But then, what if Capcom also put out a collection of the original 3? And you might be like, well, you know, you can't really put PS1 games on the current generation as, like, you know, fucking Square did 3 times, and they were worse than the PS1 versions. I think that's the thing with, when they said that Resident Evil 3 Remake had been in development alongside Resident Evil 2 Remake, it was like, okay, that's fair enough. It explains how the game was able to be ready so fast. Even if they start working on a Code Veronica remake, I feel like it's going to be a few years before we actually see it. So I think by that time, it won't really be a case of, I'm tired of the remakes. It'll be a thing of, you know, I'm ready for a... Damn it. Honestly, fuck this game. I was on the other side of the fucking room. Well, that's the thing. Sooner or later, everybody will end up with fatigue from remakes. Space them out a little more wouldn't be a bad idea. Give it like a couple more years before a theoretical Code Veronica remake. Not really a bad idea. And that'd be around the time it takes to develop anyway, so it's fine. I also don't like how those bombs, or just the traps, I don't like how the traps only affect me. That's stupid. Well, there was the thing. Can I hit this from here? There we go. Like the leak that Resident Evil 8 is due out next year, and it's actually Resident Evil 8 that has been adapted from what was originally supposed to be Revelations 3. Interesting idea. Although I'd rather they keep any idea that was going to be Revelations 3 as Revelations 3. Oh, fuck off. Because the case, like, I wouldn't have wanted Revelations 2 to be Resident Evil 7. Oh boy. First day as a detective. My new partner Myra Hansen, is a real firecracker. Tenacious, no nonsense, macchiato woman. I gotta watch it around her. She almost caught me checking out her ass today. That could be counted as sexual harassment. I don't mean story-wise. I mean, story-wise, Alex Wesker would have probably been a better villain, yeah. Not that I dislike the story of RE7. But gameplay-wise, Revelations 2 was kind of lacking.
Whatever is the matter?
Out of ammo?
God damn it. Yeah, Revelations 2 gameplay-wise shouldn't have been Resident Evil 7, I'm glad it wasn't. And the idea with the supposed Resident Evil 8 that we're gonna get, that it would have been Resident Evil 7, would have been Revelations 3. Well, that was a waste. I was hoping it'd do like RE4 and actually refill my ammo. But yeah, the idea that it would have been Revelations 3, because it's always felt like Revelations as a series, or as a sub-series. It took my bottle away from me again. As a sub-series was maybe an experimental idea that would receive less money and focus than the main series. I don't even know where I am. Is that where I was? Which mean the gate's over here?
Shit, better find cover.
Oh, come on. This just keeps getting better and better. Shut up. Why do they keep giving me matches and not something I can actually use to fight these things? I still need to actually finish Revelations 2. Let's see about doing that on stream at some point. I'm going to come up to you and I'm going to punch you in the face. And then afterwards, I'm going to tell you how you could have dodged that. Fucking game. Yeah, it was nice of them to tell me that after, you know, I'd already exploded one. But specifically after I'd survived exploding one. Oh no, you can die as many times as you want to it. We're not going to tell you how to avoid blowing them up until you survive one. This isn't even the way to go. everything looks really murky. It's really hard to keep any idea of spatial awareness in my head. I don't know where I am in relation to where I was. Oh, I'm to the left of it. Right. This game might get better later on, but it's open. It's first impression, it's second impression, and we're an hour and a half in now, so yeah, say third impression is absolute garbage. I don't care, this just isn't fun. It's not even just that it's a hard game, Professor. You've got stuff like it's deliberately withholding useful information from me. Like, how do you avoid those bombs? Okay, so I die to them several times, doesn't say anything. I blow them up from a distance several times, doesn't say anything. It waits until I get caught by one, then it tells me how to avoid blowing them up. That's bad design. So they list casual as for the weak and fearful, or for the people who have no interest in wasting their time banging their head against a wall on poorly designed nonsense. More stuff it didn't tell me. That's just great. It's like, okay, you know, I'll complain at Dark Souls for the shit that it doesn't tell you. I like Dark Souls, but I will complain at Dark Souls for the shit it doesn't tell you. Because withholding information from the player, information on how to play the game, isn't difficulty, it's bullshit. Like how Dark Souls never tells you how the scaling system works. That's what the statue was? I thought I'd be able to pick it up, it looked unique, but it didn't let me do anything with it. I didn't realise I could break it. Alright, thanks, Professor. There's a key. What is this, manhunt? You can only hold one expendable weapon at a time. It's not even just that, Bane. Dark Souls withholds how to work gameplay mechanics, and it's stupid, and I think it is a deliberate bad design. And I specifically say the scaling system, because knowing how the weapons scale is very important to how you design your build. The game never tells you how that works. You've got the scaling information there. It won't tell you how the scaling works.
Who's there?
No, don't shoot. I'm not one of them.
Manhunt has its place. It's a game I'm probably never gonna finish.
Before it crashed, right?
Yes, we're lucky to be alive.
Have you seen anyone else?
My patient.
I played it a bunch as a kid, but its biggest problem was a stealth game without proper camera control and very poor checkpointing.
Have a look for yourself.
The kind of thing that really tests your patience, and honestly, this game is really reminding me of it.
Me too. They're all over the place.
Leslie went through that gate.
No, I'm not going to disagree with that. Like, Dark Souls tells you how to play the game, but it doesn't tell you how its mechanics
One of
work.
us could try to lure them away while the other gets the gate open.
And I don't like that in anything. Like in Pokemon, Pokemon never tells you how the breeding system works, what natures actually mean, how any of it works. You want to find out, you're going to have to look up a guide. But these are all in-game mechanics that should be explained in-game.
There is a crank on the terrace. You will need to operate it if I'm to pass through. Over here! Here! Hey! Over here! That's right, this way!
That old guy's gonna get himself killed.
I think the thing with Dark Souls is probably worse than Pokemon though, because you don't need to know how breeding works in Pokemon to finish the game. If you don't learn how scaling works, you're going to have a harder time because you're not going to know how to upgrade your character. You're not going to know where your stats should be going. Scaling determines where your build should go. It's the single most important part, and the game never tells you how it works. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto Vice City has the same camera issue as Manhunt, but Vice City is also not a stealth game. I might do it for a weekend one-off one day. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
She's gone.
Now, what do you got for us, Professor?
My head.
I need to go back and do Double Premonition. Yeah, it was a thought I had a little while back, and it worked. So I still do it. I honestly didn't really expect it to work when I did it, but it did, so yeah. So this is how we save in game, and I don't think the save point needed to be behind a door. I mean, thankfully it's not behind a loading screen. But it's almost behind a loading screen. If you get what I mean.
Shit. Better find cover.
I think there's a passage there. Matches that I can't have. Yeah, there was a bomb there. Air trap. This. I like the actual animation for the throw, it's pretty good. Okay, bullets. Key. Alright, and back down. Syringe. Cabinet with bullets. I get the feeling casual is going to end up being my preferred difficulty with this. Because it feels like it's actually giving me what I need to survive. Rather than just barely scrape by. Which allows me to do stuff like that and just waste it. Hey, what was that? Okay. Alright. Where is that coming from? Okay. This seems confusing. Open it all the way to reveal its contents. Open it part way to disarm a trap, if it's trapped. Right, okay. I understand that now, after having a look at it. It didn't explain it very well. Shotgun shells. Yeah, Mimic's all I need right now. Okay, I pushed circle. Set on fire. I'm honestly tired of this game. I really don't feel like continuing. And if it wasn't for the fact that I'm streaming this, I wouldn't have pushed this far. Hey Ninja. How you doing, buddy? You know, I think I will. This is a write-off. I'm never going to finish this game because it just isn't fun. Bane, Klim, you guys said you hadn't. You guys said you hadn't played this game. What's your opinion on it after seeing it? I think it is. Really do think it is. I feel like if I actually want to see all of this, I'm going to end up watching a Let's Play. Crossing it off your list. The second Evil Within is better. Maybe I'll watch a Let's Play. I think the Best Friends, the Super Best Friends Play did a Let's Play of this. And I do know afterwards, at one point in one of their other Let's Plays that they were doing at the same time, they were like, they just didn't want to do more Evil Within. Like, I think they finished the game and DLC came out and they were like, they didn't want to do the DLC. I'm going to go into the Discord right now, though, and I'm going to cross this off the Discord list. Where is it? Evil Within, right there, and it's gone. Now everyone can be happy forever. DLC's too hard. Ugh. I wouldn't say this even has a creepy atmosphere, Ninja. I'd say it's boring. It feels like it tries to grab your attention with weird stuff happening in the beginning. More RE1. Misspoke, you say? Like this game starts off Evil Within 1's more RE1 because it feels like it's trying to be RE4 but trying not to let anybody realise it's trying to be RE4. Maybe I'll enjoy Evil Within 2 more. I have the disc. I bought it really fucking cheap. Alright, well. It becomes RE4 near the end. Well, you know me. If you come around this stream regularly, you know I don't like to end on a downer. So we're gonna switch off and end on something else. We'll be right back.